regardless of where this ends up long term in terms of a business relationship, we need to look out for her now, both financially and also emotionally. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming back and viewing another episode of The Advisor's Day in the Life. You're not following me around today. It is a Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock. Thought I would let you into my stream of consciousness on a client situation, and we can kind of work through it together. You can kind of see my thought process. So, one client, let's call her Jane, and both of her parents died about 18 months ago, within a space of a couple months of each other. And she didn't realize there was a lot of money there, but it turns out that there was. So between her and her sister, her share that she'd be receiving is about $1.3 million. She's been a librarian her whole life. She hasn't had to deal with any type of money. So it put her in a tailspin. She really, was dealing with the grief of losing both parents within a short span of time. Now understanding that her financial position is going to completely change. She's been trying to deal with it for the last 18 months. Now, her parents' estate, even though it was set up appropriately, there was a trust in place and a will, the trust wasn't funded. One of those things that we hear about happening in the worst case scenario actually did happen in this case. So instead of it being an estate that was really quick and efficient through probate, it took 18 months for actually anything to happen. So it's been a trying time for her and for me, trying to plan things for her and not really understanding when things are going to happen. So fast forward 18 months, we've done a plan for her based on hypothetical numbers. She's trying to understand what her ideal life looks like now, and it's still new to her. She's still trying to figure it out. Yesterday, she emails me and says, you know what, things are starting to move. Some of the investment accounts are becoming open to me. I'm able to move them. We had talked about moving everything over to you to manage so we could facilitate a whole plan, as well as bringing a CPA that I network with and do work collaboratively with, and get the whole thing going. Plans have changed. I want to keep some of my money at Merrill Lynch, and some of my money will move over to you. So I got that email at 5 o'clock yesterday, as I was leaving the office. Kind of put me in a tailspin as well, thinking, well, why? Why is this money not coming over? What's changed? This actually doesn't make her eligible for the service, which includes full financial planning, CPA, investment management, and everything, because her assets fall below things. So this is the initial part of my thought process of now I need to go back to her and just have a conversation and understand what's going on. I also have to go and talk to the CPA to understand, what do you know that I don't know that's going on? Because they have a relationship separate from me, and we have a relationship all together, and it's the web we weave, I guess. So that's the initial part. I'm going to come back and check in and let you know what's going on, so you can understand the process of going through this estate and understanding a client's mind and thought process. And for me, trying to be as objective as I can. I'm losing out on some money here that will be, a good addition to my income. In terms of the split, it's probably going to be a 50-50 split between Merrill Lynch and myself versus 100 to me. So it's not a huge amount of money, but, it's $5,000 a year that I won't be getting into my pocket. So trying to be as objective, trying to understand what's going on in the client situation, trying to be the best fiduciary I can be in terms of making sure that what's the best scenario for her, knowing that I will get compensated for my work, but what's the best thing for her in this case? So I'll be checking in, and I'll keep you updated. Alright, so here for our second update on this client situation. It is now 10:15 on the same morning as I spoke to you before. Thankfully, I've been able to get in touch with CPA and the client, and we've tried to kind of work this thing out as to what's really going on. So I spoke to the CPA first, just to try and understand, does he know anything more than what I know? And he doesn't, but he came at it with the same approach that I did. He wants this client to understand everything about the two various approaches with doing everything with us as a team versus splitting it. And he wants her to be in the best place and to know everything that she needs to know. So it's nice when you can work collaboratively with a CPA who has, clients' interests at the forefront. So it makes it really easy to work together. So anyway, he is saying, maybe we should all meet. We got some tax work to do. Let's get the three of us in a room and kind of talk this through and just lay out our side of the story, what we've been working on for the past 18 months, and completely understand where she's coming from too, and just kind of talk it through. So he then said he would set up a meeting and we'll kind of get things moving there. After I hung up with him, I then called my client just to check in, seeing as she contacted me yesterday. And she told me about the Merrill Lynch situation. It's a family friend that her parents have worked with, and they've talked to her while they were working together for a period of time. She's flown down to North Carolina. She's got to know him, and so she feels comfortable working with him. She also said that in her gut, she feels like she wants to diversify her managers. I completely get that. And then she also says that there's nothing personal here. She just wants to make sure that she's looking out for her best interest and is kind of doing some of that work by herself. It's not what I would suggest at this point in terms of doing it by herself. She's got a team. She can ask us questions. So I think having a conversation all together, we'll kind of flesh this all out, understand more things about the inheritance and how it's flowing, and then we can design the best situation for her. So I'll keep you updated. We're meeting in the next couple of days, and I'll fill you in on what happens. So it is 4:15 on the same day. Just kind of wanted to check in and give you an update as to where things stand. Emailing back and forth with the client and the CPA. We're not going to be able to get together for a couple weeks or so. So I just want to give you kind of some thoughts as to where this will go from my viewpoint. So my emphasis is going to be on the best interest of Jane, the client. I know that I could lose out on money here, or there could be less for me to manage, but that's really not the point. The point is that she hired me and the CPA to look out for her best interest and to give her a plan that fit her best situation. And that's what we're going to do. Regardless of where this ends up long term in terms of a business relationship, we need to look out for her now, both financially and also emotionally. She's still in her grieving process. So we just need to be aware of that. And if she decides that she does things that doesn't financially impact us in the best way in a business relationship, that's perfectly okay. We're looking out for her best interest and trying to understand exactly what's good for her. So that's what will be, good or bad, she's going to get the best situation for her. So until next time, another scenario or another day, I'll see you soon.